Two sisters arrested for allegedly orchestrating brother's kidnap for 30 million naira in Enugu. Two women, Juliet Chukwu and Ngozi Nancy Chukwu, have been arrested by police in Enugu State for allegedly plotting the abduction of their elder brother, Mr. Friday Chukwu. The sisters, both from Ameze village in Ishiagu, Ivo local government area of Ebonyi State, reportedly conspired to kidnap Friday along the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway near the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Itukozala. The incident occurred last month and 30 million naira was allegedly paid as ransom to secure his release. Julius is said to be a member of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), while Ngozi reportedly works with the Nigerian Immigration Service. Their roles in the abduction remain under investigation. Sources claim the duo was also behind the recent kidnapping of Dennis Igwe, a manager at China Oriental Mining Company in the same area on July 14th. They were apprehended while allegedly attempting to split a 10 million naira ransom in a secluded hotel. The sisters have also been linked to other criminal activities in their hometown, including staged kidnappings in collaboration with armed groups, looting of railway infrastructure, and pipeline vandalism. Though past cases reportedly went unresolved, community members and local leaders are now calling for full prosecution. Chairman of the Ivo local government area, Chief Emmanuel Aja, confirmed the arrest, noting that while the crimes occurred outside the jurisdiction, he has written to relevant authorities for updates and accountability. Police in both Ebonyi and Enugu states have yet to officially comment on the matter.
How careful really can one be these days? How careful can one really be these days? Two sisters. To think that they're even sister, not even brothers. Two sisters plan to rob their own brother. 30 million naira. Is it possible that they have asked him for money and he refused to give them money? Is it also possible that the guy is very stingy, they know his worth, and he has refused to give them money? Is it also possible that they are hungry, they are poor, they don't really have anything, and the only way out is to get monies out of him? I mean, it's just the best way to do that because they've tried other means to ask him for money and he refused to give them. Who really cares, guys? I'm just trying to hazard a reason, but there's no reason. Nobody should tell me anything about any specific reason about why these guys did this thing that they did. Two girls who are sisters decided on their own to rob their own brother of 30 million naira by kidnapping them. You know, these things I say about brothers, friends, close pals, and I will speak this day directly speaking about siblings. As soon as you leave your home, I mean, if you grow in an environment where you are living under the same roof, from time to time, because I mean, I grew up with siblings, with brothers, sister, as the case may be. As you grow up, you begin to see the differences of your characters. There is no one person. You can't say because this person or these two persons came from these two persons, you would think that they would behave the same way. Even those who are twins, they don't behave the same way. They don't act the same way. They don't characterize themselves in a particular way. That's why everybody is unique in their own right and in their own stead. So what am I trying to say? So as you are growing up, and I also know you know what sibling rivalry is. And this sibling rivalry can come from different ways. It could come from jealousy. It could come from anger. Now, this jealousy will also sometimes have some roots. Sometimes the parents are the ones that causes it. What do I mean? A parent can give one child more advantage than the other, right in their own eyes. Not because the child is the most talented or the child has the best brain or the child is the most industrious, but there's this love that a parent have for its kids, and you know it's not equal. The parents almost all the time like one or like two over the other. And so the other ones who are not as liked as the one that is liked, they try to always, plan against this particular one that is liked. So that's rivalry. You'll be thinking that is normal. I mean, you are a parent, you're a human being, you will like one more than the other. You don't know you are causing the trouble, huge trouble later in the future. I've seen a situation where kids grow up, and when they grow up, and something happens, the other one starts telling the other one that you had everything you wanted. Parents, daddies gave you everything you wanted because you are the most favored. But me, I have nothing. They didn't give me anything, and they didn't treat me the way that they treated you. And so I'm doing this thing just to, get back at you, just to get back at the ways that the situation made me feel in the past. So it is possible that while growing up, that boy was the most loved. It is possible that that boy was given virtually everything in life. And that is the reason why they are behaving the way they are behaving, because it is not a normal thing. Think about it. It's not normal for a sibling to plan against a sibling at this stage, kidnapping to get ransom, to get monies. It's not normal. There's an underlying story. Even though I know that the investigation is still going, but I'm just trying to hazard a guess. But be that as it may, it doesn't in any way give anybody the right, no matter who you are. I mean, these are law enforcement agents, and I'm going to even come to that law enforcement agents in fact in the first place. You see, these things that we talk about criminality every now and then, I personally don't really think that all the criminality that is perpetuated out there in public is always done by criminals, those who don't have any affiliation to security agents. In fact, I can tell you from my personal opinion, not anything researched, that some of the criminalities that we see these days are aided and abetted by security agencies. These two individuals, these two ladies, are uniform women, one NSCDC, the other one immigration, and they're supposed to be what? Be custodian of law in the eyes of the government. But these guys use their position, use their uniform to perpetuate evil. So much evil that, I mean, you'll be thinking, like, is this really true? Did this really happen? So you can imagine the extent of what other security agencies who are not sisters or who are not brothers, who have information about somebody who just came back from, or somebody who is big, who has a lot of money. You can imagine the amount of security agencies who are into giving arms to criminals, known criminals, to go and perpetrate evil. When they come back, they pay them something. Yes, some of these people rent their arms away. They know these persons are going to use it for thieves, for thieving, and they more like they rent the arms and then they get returns. At the end of the day, if you are able to get 100,000 naira, which is maybe about your salary, or maybe a little less of your salary, you can lend your gun out now. It's not to, after he goes in the evening, comes back in the morning, before you go to work, your gun is back to you. That is what happens. So my mind is just going round and round this whole thing. I've talked about the fact that family issues might be part of it. I've talked about the fact that security agencies, are not even looking at those who they employ. They just employ people and put them on, and then you would have armed robbers carrying guns on the road in the name of, say, they are security agencies. I'm not even talking about those security agents who stand on the road and collect money. This was another level of armed robbery. I will come to that a little later, but I just want to focus on this particular story. So there are different layers to this, and I felt that maybe I touched on some issues, not all of it, but there are deeper issues that we must look at. How much of the people who are employed by security agencies does the security agencies really know? I know that DSS, before you will get a job in DSS, because at least I have information about how they are recruited in DSS, there is a level of investigation that they do about you. They go everywhere. They go to your village, go check you very well, and check that you don't have any bad record anywhere before you get employed. Is it the same thing for police? Is it the same thing for army? Is it the same thing for NSCDC? Is it the same thing for other people? Of course not. But here we are. Here we are. There are deeper issues, and coupled with the fact that the environment is very, very poverty-stricken. Anybody can do anything just to make money. You can imagine. I can never in my world think that my own sibling will plan against me kidnapping in order to make monies from me or get monies from me. I will never think through it. Except, of course, I'm thinking crazily, So I just thought to say a thing or two about this and to bring you guys up to speed and tell me what you think too. I'd love to hear from you as always.